Good morning to you all. Today we are going to start a new lesson in nutrition in animals. We will talk about the human digestive system. First of all, we will come to know what is digestion. So digestion is a process of converting complex molecules into simpler forms. Means when we eat food that contain the macromolecules like carbohydrate, proteins, fats, these are the complex forms of the food. So it needs to be converted into the smaller forms. So this process of conversion, the complex molecular forms into the simpler forms, is called digestion. But the next question coming in our mind, that what is the need of digestion? We come to know what is digestion. Now we will come to know why there is a need of digestion. So when we eat the food like carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins, whatever we are eating, that are the complex forms. That is, if you are eating the carbohydrate, the simpler form of the carbohydrate is glucose, and this is the glucose only that can be digested by our body or absorbed by our body. If we want our body to directly absorb the protein, it is not possible. So there is a need of the conversion of the protein into the amino acids. Same with the fats. First, fat needs to be converted into the fatty acids and glycerols. So our body can absorb only the simpler forms of food to generate energy. So there is a need of the digestion, in which there is a conversion of complex molecules into the simpler forms. Okay, so here we have completed our two objectives. Number one, what is digestion? And number two, why it is needed. Okay, so now in this picture, you all are seeing there are steps in digestion. So in totality, there are 5 processes involved in the digestion. Number one is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and finally egestion. So we will first take a rough glance what will be the outline of the steps in the digestion. So here you can see, first there is a breakdown of food in the mouth by the teeth and enzymes. After that, the partially digested food now moves down the esophagus and finally reaches the stomach. There they are digested, further digested by the digestive juices. But the complete digestion and absorption takes place in small intestine only, and there only the assimilation of the absorbed food takes place. After that, there will be the absorption of water and the waste generate in the large intestine, and then it will be taken out through the process called egestion. So this is the rough idea. How does the process of digestion starts from the mouth and end through the process of egestion. Okay, so these are the parts of the digestive system like mouth, salivary glands, esophagus, stomach, pancreas, small and large intestine, liver, gallbladder. These all are the parts of digestive system that are involved in the digestion process. So first we will have a look over the mind map, where the human digestive system is divided into the 2 parts. Number one, the first part in which it is divided is the alimentary canal. This is the alimentary canal, and the second, it is divided into the digestive glands. So human digestive system is divided into the 2 parts, alimentary canal and digestive gland. There are so many organs that are present in the alimentary canal like mouth, buccal cavity, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. And in the digestive glands, so many glands are present like salivary gland, gastric gland, liver, pancreas or intestinal glands. We will look over each and one's function later on. That what are the function of the different organs and different glands present here. But first of all, I just want to clear one difference. What is gland here? Actually, gland is a group of tissues that do not convert or work as an organ, but they secrete some things. Gland is different from the organ, in which it is a group of tissues that is involved in secretion of something, like salivary gland is secreting the saliva, gastric gland secreting the gastric juices, intestinal gland secreting the intestinal juices. So these are the glands that are involved in human digestive system. So here the alimentary canal are the main organs that involved in the digestive system, and these glands are acting as the accessory glands that help in the digestion of the food. Okay, so as we have seen the mind map of the different organs and the accessory glands involved in digestive systems, we will see its position in the human body. As everybody knows, mouth is present here. The salivary gland is also present in the buccal cavity at the back side of the mouth, and it is secreting the saliva. After that, this is the long tube, muscular tube. This is the esophagus that is going down into the stomach. Here the stomach, that is also one of the main organ involved in digestion. This is a J-shaped chamber present in the left part of the abdomen. Just below it there is a small intestine. The name is a small intestine, but it is very, very large. Very, very large. It's small because it's a thin tube-like structure. This is the large intestine, liver, gallbladder here, rectum, anus and pancreas. So these are the different organs involved as well as the accessory glands in the human digestive system. Now, so if we have talked about the alimentary canal, we should know what is alimentary canal. So here you can see it is a long tube. It is the long tube through which the food pass that we eat. The food is passed through this long tube that we eat, and it begins at the mouth and ends at the rectum. Now you can see here in this picture, you can see that here you can see this is the picture showing the food is being taken in the mouth. After that, that food is being passing down from the esophagus. As you can see, the red bite is being shown here. It is passing down through esophagus, passing to the stomach where it is partially digested, then it is passing to the small intestine, large intestine, and then finally it has been taken out from the body in the form of excreta. So alimentary canal is what? It is a long tube. The food is passing from the long tube that is starting from the mouth and ends at the anus. Okay, so this is about the alimentary canal. Now, the first organ that is involved in the steps of digestion is the mouth or the buccal cavity. The food is taken into the mouth and the digestion will start as soon as we put the food in our mouth. Here, the mouth, as you can see in the figure, it contains teeth, it contains tongue, it contains the salivary glands. So all these, like teeth, like tongue, like salivary gland, these all play the important role, as the teeth bite the food, chew it. The tongue help in mixing the saliva with the food. So from where the saliva comes? The saliva is coming from the salivary gland present in the mouth. And the two functions. So here in the two functions is been shown by the mouth. What is this? The mouth contains three parts. One, teeth. What is the function of teeth? Teeth is biting the food and chewing it before it moves to the tongue. The second organ part present in the mouth is the tongue. Tongue is helping the food to mix with the saliva, and this saliva is the secretion secreted out from the salivary gland. So what is the function of the saliva? Here the saliva is performing the two functions. Number one, it is moistening the food so that it can be easily passed on through the esophagus, and number two, it contains the digestive juices like the salivary amylase that breaks down the starch present in the food partially. So here we can say that as we put the food even in our mouth, its digestion starts, but only the carbohydrate part of the food start digesting in the mouth. Here the digestion of protein and the fat does not take place. So the saliva contains the salivary amylase that works or digests over the starch and break down partially, not completely, partially. Okay, so here we have come to know about the mouth and its function. Now here in this picture you can see that this is a glance. You can have a concept in your mind. What is happening here? First we are chewing our food. It is entering to the esophagus, then it is passing down to the esophagus. It is going in the stomach where the food is broken down into protein, into the amino acids. After that it is passing to the small intestine where the complete digestion of the food takes place and even the assimilation takes place. And after that it is passing to the large intestine where the water is being absorbed into the bloodstream. Water and the nutrient is absorbed in the bloodstream, and finally through the anus the undigested food is taken out. So this is one of the glands. You can easily understand it. Now after the mouth, the second organ present in the alimentary canal is the esophagus. Esophagus, it is a tube or the pipe-like structure that connects the mouth to stomach. It is what? It is a muscular tube that connects the mouth to the stomach. So what is the function of the esophagus? It carries the slightly digested food from the mouth to the stomach through the process called esophagus. So now you can see how it is done. The food balls, you can see here in the picture, the food balls is coming from the mouth, it is passing through the esophagus, and then it is going down into the stomach, and the process by which it is moving is known as peristaltic movement, or the process is known as peristalsis. So what is happening here? Listen, when the food is entering the esophagus at the top end, the muscles in the wall, as you can see in the picture, the muscles in the wall start alternate contraction and relaxations, producing a wave-like movement. You can see here this producing the alternate contraction and relaxation, or a wave-like movement which pushes the food downward toward the stomach, and this process or this movement is called peristaltic movement. Understood? So today's lesson is still here only. We have come to know about the different parts of the human digestive system, that is divided into the alimentary canal and the accessory gland. We come to know about how does the digestion take place in the mouth, and finally we came to know about what is esophagus and how does through the peristaltic movement it is coming down to the stomach.